When is it okay to be ignorant and when is it not okay? Well, being ignorant, it's about what is along with being ignorant. The being ignorant itself is not a problem, and I'll tell you why. Because all of us at different times of our lives are ignorant about something. There's always something that we don't know. We start off not knowing, and for some of us, eventually we will know. And it's that part, eventually what happens, what is happening with that ignorance? What are we doing with that ignorance? That is actually, being ignorant is not the issue. It's what we do with that ignorance. You see, when we don't know better and we are teachable, then it's okay. We're going to take the fact that we don't know, and we're going to find out what we need to know so that we can learn and become better. Then that ignorance was actually a good catalyst. We were aware of it. We recognized I'm ignorant in this area and I should know more. And it caused me, that awareness caused me then to learn and to discover what I needed to know. So that ended up being a good thing. But the problem with ignorance comes when a person is ignorant or they don't know better and they're not teachable. That is such a dangerous place to be. Because like I said, everyone at some point is ignorant about something. It's only after we've learned and taught ourselves or being taught that we get out of that ignorance. But when we don't want to get out of the ignorance, we're unteachable. That is going to cause us to become narrow-minded. We're not going to listen to other opinions, and it will produce a selfish lifestyle for anyone who is ignorant and unteachable. That is like a disastrous combination. So it produces a selfish lifestyle. And the reason why it's disastrous is because that selfish lifestyle will produce loneliness. People eventually move away from us. And that loneliness will produce grumpiness. We become irritable. And in time, that grumpiness will produce depression. And once we get to that stage, that's not a good place to be. It wasn't good from the beginning. But that's the path of being ignorant with being unteachable. You start there. That's where it starts. It becomes a selfish lifestyle. A selfish lifestyle becomes loneliness. Loneliness becomes grumpiness. And grumpiness becomes depression. And nobody who's depressed says, I'm glad that I'm depressed. I'm happy that I'm here. But somehow we got there. Now, this is not the only way to become depressed. There are other ways too. But we can know that if we are ignorant about something and we're unteachable, that is, we will set ourselves on a path to eventually, it's one of the pathways that's going to lead us to depression. And that's not a happy place for anybody. So my encouragement today is, if you don't know, it's okay. What are you doing with not knowing? That awareness that you don't know, what are you doing with it? Are you taking it? Are you being teachable? And are you learning to discover what you need to know so that you can rather become better and develop a more a broader mindset in the way that you live? Your lifestyle becomes more open-minded. People can relate to you. It produces better relationships, which produces peace and joy and all those good things. And it's very difficult to become depressed when we are in that environment. But here's the thing, we create that environment for ourselves. Nobody does it for us. So we create that environment. So today, if there's anything you don't know, learn, find out, get better, discover what you need to know, be teachable so that you can have a great outcome down the line.